We went through not one, but two hurricanes. But I'll never forget Milton. That was the second one. That's the one that did all of the damage on the Airbnb. I am just a person like many others who are feeling the weight of this panic from the event that we've all gone through.
Well, tell me about the damage. What damages? I mean, so Milton came through, and you guys had to submit a claim. What did that look like?
Well, it's interesting because people were renting the house when it happened.
Oh, really?
They called our property manager and said, hey, your lanai is gone. We got lucky. The property manager we have, who is also very good, came over and took care of them, and they actually left us a nice review, even though they had to get out of the house in the middle of their term. The damage was the roof, which really got hit pretty hard. Mm-hmm. And the lanai ended up, you couldn't even see it. It ended up on top of the roof. We have a carport, and that metal on top of the carport was just bent back on itself. There was a shed in the back that had some bad dents in it. So we had a choice. Do you turn around and just try and sell it as is, which I didn't want to do, or do you fix it back up again? And you guys helped us fix it back up again. And now one of the big problems that we have is that we like it up there so much. Even though I have this nice $1 million home here in Bradenton, I like it up there so much that we're always trying to go up there. I don't even remember how I got to Proper. I think I was calling around or something, and somebody must, it's not like I knew about Proper, because I didn't, but I knew I needed homeowners insurance.
Yeah.
But I didn't know where to go. And then somebody suggested Proper, said it was a good, smaller company, but that they treated their people well. And all of a sudden we get Hurricane Milton. I had to call Proper because you guys were the insurance company that was covering me. So I got in touch with Chelsea Health. She called back. She sent out the appraiser, who happens to be her brother. He was a really nice guy. He seemed very thorough. He was picking up on stuff that my wife and I didn't even notice. And he just seemed fair and knowledgeable and good at what he was doing. I had been tough on Chelsea originally because she didn't call back as quickly as I thought she should have. She must have been overburdened with everything that was going on for her. I called back. I was a bit sarcastic on the phone with her. When her brother came to do the appraisal, at the very end of it, he said something I'll never forget. He said, not for anything, but if you can take it easy on Chelsea, she's really had a rough time. And by the way, she's my sister. Well, that shut me up. I was really pretty embarrassed. I just felt, oh my God, my mouth got me in trouble this time with somebody. I went too far, too sarcastic, too nasty. So my next phone call, and I remember this, was to her. And I got her and I said, listen, Chelsea, this call is for one reason and one reason only. I said, I want to apologize for the way I talked to you, because I am just a person like many others who are feeling the weight of this panic from the event that we've all gone through. But you didn't deserve what I gave you. So I'm not calling for anything else. I'm not calling about when we're going to get a check or anything like that. I'll let you know that I'm sorry for the way I spoke to you. And since then, we've become kind of friends.
That's awesome.
She's out in Montana, I think, and I'm here in Central Florida. But we talk, and the conversations are pleasant, and we talk about, the weather out there. We talk a little bit about her kids. I have a couple of companies in my life that I think do really good jobs. I like BMW. I own a BMW. I've owned a BMW for many years, and I've found a service guy who's just fabulous. I like Apple because their service, they handle everything. They do it well. And Proper, because really of Chelsea, has joined that league for me. She has treated us extremely well. She's been very understanding. It's not only that we have a nice relationship on the phone, but the way she made decisions that really helped us out. And the way she handled us was just right on point. Just made the whole thing so much more bearable. She made it a lot better. Proper made it a lot better too. It was an emergency for us, but it was also an emergency for you. It was emergency for anybody that worked at Proper. And that makes a big difference to me. I've learned over my 77 years that when you find somebody that you know, that you like, and you trust and respect, hang on to them. And she was one of those people. We're just about finished with her help and the help from Proper Insurance. We're just about finished putting the Airbnb back together. As a matter of fact, we've started renting it again.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we're in good shape. But so much of that is due to Chelsea and to Proper Insurance.
Well, it's great to hear. We try to put together the best team possible. I know Elizabeth, Chelsea, a few others in the claims department, they work really, really hard. And I'm glad to hear that Chelsea was able to help out and that, you guys kind of built the connection, and that's fantastic. And then we've joined the leagues of BMW and
Apple. Yeah.
I haven't got that one yet. That's not as good a compliment as you could ask for, I feel like.
Well, I know you're not as big as they are, but not yet, right?
I'll relay your message to our claims team. I know they work very hard, particularly during those, as you mentioned, during those weeks when there's natural disasters, it's heavy, it's all hands on deck. So they appreciate the appreciation. But I'm happy that we could help you, and it sounds like you're still doing some construction. Just looking at the file, it looked like you had close to $40,000 just in damages and another $6,000 in business income, because obviously you couldn't rent the house for some time. How long was it out of commission?
Let's see, the hurricane was October 10th or 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And we only started renting it again the beginning of this year. So it was out, October, November, half of October, November, and December.
Wow.
In January, we were open and ready for business.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad we get you back together and get it moving again. The way you guys weren't losing any money during that time. How did you get involved with this? Why Airbnb?
Well, I had retired. Well, I guess it was about 4 years ago. And I was concerned that although I had put money away for retirement, I was concerned that I may not have done enough. So we were looking at various things that I could do. And one of them was create an Airbnb, buy a house and set it up. And that's what we did. I think it all started with the reality that despite the fact that as I said before, that I've put money aside for my retirement, I was just generally nervous that I didn't put enough aside. There was nothing else going on. I started out in childcare and education, did about 14 years of that, and then created my own educational program for kids who were living at residential treatment centers. But after 14 years of it, I was starting to burn out. It was time to do something else. The financial path, I wanted to make more money. So I went to work at Morgan Stanley as a financial advisor trainee, turned that into a full financial advisor position, and stayed as a financial advisor for 39 years after that. All that leads up to putting money away, but my fear that it wasn't enough, that I was going to get bored. I was in retirement, which I love. I just wanted to know I had something else to do. I didn't know what it would be. My wife was in real estate and still is, and we decided that it might be a good idea for us to go out and get an Airbnb. We could get some income. There's some capital appreciation along the way. So that's how I got into Airbnb.
No, that's great. So how many rentals do you have then total?
We just have the one in Mount Dora. I am thinking about doing another one, and especially up there. I would do another one right in Mount Dora. Really love the town. It's big enough to have a lot of shops, and it's really an artistic community, creative community, people, pretty friendly. We said, why don't we try an Airbnb in this place, which so far has turned out to be pretty good. But you have to realize we bought that place March or April of last year and spent months getting it fixed up and ready to go. And when we finally were able to begin to rent it out over the July 4th weekend, we had somebody in there, but we were brand new. And we knew it was going to take time to build up some awareness of what we had. My wife and the property manager really fixed it up very nicely. A lot of furniture, we painted it inside and out. Just a lot of stuff that we did. And it overlooks a really neat lake And in between my house and this lake is a beautiful old oak tree with branches coming out all over the place and the moss hanging. And it's just really pretty. It's got to be, oh God, it's got to be at least 100 years old. It was an ideal setting. It's why we bought that house.
We just love to hear these stories where we're able to help, particularly if we're able to give great service, because that's our priority here at Proper. We want to be the company that pays more claims. We want to find coverage for you in the policy. We write a strong policy for that reason. There's no reason to not show up for our clients, and we want to be an end-to-end solution for this industry. So I'm happy to hear we were able to do that for you and for your business and for your retirement.
This is just a personal guess, but I'm going to say most people are not happy with their insurance companies. Took too long. They didn't cover what we wanted to cover. They were cheap. They didn't give me enough money. The whole list in what may be, many respects, very legitimate complaints. But boy, I had none of that with you guys. I felt as though, when somebody does something well, you should let them know about it, and you should let others know about it also. So for anybody else that wants an Airbnb, they should really consider Proper.